I will try to become the most wanted man in Red Dead 2. From pickpocketing, robbing shops, to taking assassination contracts, and even robbing banks. I have 100 days to reach the highest bounty in all regions, and managed to steal $30,000, which equals to 1 million today. The catch is, I started with absolutely nothing. I'll have to get food, guns, a horse, and go from a nobody to the most wanted man in the country. This is the town of Valentine, and this is me, naked and full of dirt and mud. With no equipment at all, I needed to find a way to get some money. The saloon seemed a good place to do so. I managed to get a job. The bartender sent me to clean some tables, probably out of pity. I was giving my best, while the rest enjoyed themselves, not caring at the slightest for people like me, people beneath them.
You need a wash bad. I'm gonna leave.
I was in the mud once again, but I wouldn't surrender. I wouldn't let myself be stepped on and pushed away. I would make my own path. The first step was to be swift. I stole every pocket I came across, one after the other, trying my best to not get caught.
Law's gonna hear all about this.
Later that night, I found some O'Driscoll threatening a man that owed them money. This seemed like the perfect opportunity.
I guess you forgot about the interest.
Sorry, fate.
Please hit me, bro.
Keep him.
I've been killing you fools since before I could remember.
And that's how I got my first weapon, a cattleman revolver. It was worn and filthy. I couldn't even clean it. The thing was pretty busted, but we're making progress. I scavenged the bodies for anything of value, got some ammo, even a hat I could use. Although I wasn't able to grab their clothes, unfortunately. That night, I had to rest on the cold grass. My own breath was visible in the frosty air, still covered in mud, but things would get better soon. The next morning, I walked into the general store. I was starving and dizzy, barely able to keep my eyes open or even stand in my 2 feet. Thankfully, I had enough money to get a good amount of food. I grabbed everything I could, from bread rolls to canned sweet corn, crackers, coffee, everything. I checked the catalog too, but I didn't have enough money to buy any clothing. When I left the store, 2 men stopped me. They wanted me to shoot bottles off their heads to impress a woman, but things didn't go as planned. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to kill any of them, so I had to actually shoot the bottles. After a few rounds, they rewarded me with money, barely. Since helping people wasn't really profitable, I delved into the crime life even deeper. I still needed proper clothes, so I looked around for the perfect target. I stumbled upon a man sitting on a bench and told him to hand over everything he had.
You're getting robbed, mister.
It took a bit of convincing, but he gave in the end.
Stay away.
Next, a drunk man stopped me and asked where his home was.
Could use some help finding my way home.
I misled him, followed him, and picked his pockets while he wasn't looking. I needed more money. Then I found this.
It's me. Come on, open up.
Here. Now you go keep the people safe.
You better all be there.
Yeah.
I'll be back to check on. What are you looking at?
Something shady was going on here. Some sort of side business. I knocked on the door myself.
What do you want? This is private. Get lost.
I needed to get inside somehow. Looking around, I realized this was part of the doctor's office.
Whoa! What the hell's the gun for?
Let me into that back room of yours right now. You make them open up, or you're a dead man.
Hey, open up! It's me! I brought some food and whiskey for you fellers.
Yeah, it's only the doc.
Don't try anything funny.
Thought you were that cowpoke who bothered us earlier.
it on the table.
Looks... Back here?
I took everything from the table, like 50 bucks. I looted the bodies too, every coin and trinket. Then I grabbed something better, a new revolver, a Schofield revolver. Now I could dual wield. I even found a repeater, but the lawmen were closing in fast. I put on a hat from the floor and run for it.
The last place you'll see alive.
My bounty had climbed over $100 in the New Hanover region, but now I had multiple weapons, money, and a name beginning to spread. I ate to recover a lot of food. Time for a well-earned rest. One of the things I love about Red Dead is how alive the world feels. It reminds me of a new game that just came out called Where Winds Meet. It's basically Red Dead but in 10th century China. You can be an outlaw who robs and murders every NPC you see, or you can help people in need. You have complete freedom. The game has a beautiful open world with tons of side quests and places to explore. You can learn new combat techniques from a wide variety of ways. For example, watching and imitating the movements of animals. There are no fixed paths. You can go wherever you want, however you want. The combat is a blend of Souls-like with flashy action RPG games. There are plenty of options for difficulties and ways to customize your playthrough. For example, how much guidance you want in exploration. Oh, and the game can be played purely single player and multiplayer. You can switch between the two modes at any time. What surprised me the most is that the game is completely free to play, with no pay-to-win mechanics. All paid content is purely cosmetic. Be sure to give it a try and click my link in the description to download the game. Thank you to Where Winds Meet for sponsoring this video. It was time to get some proper clothes. I also wanted to see how things were back at the town. Fortunately, the heat had cooled off. No one seemed to care.
Good morning.
It was time to get a proper outfit.
Oh, look who's back. Damn troublemaker.
Now I was ready. Thing is, paying for stuff wasn't really criminal of me, so I went back inside to rob the guy. Weirdly, the option to steal wasn't available. I managed to get away without anyone seeing me. The next target was the saloon, but same issue. I could threaten the bartender, although not rob him, so I sat down to play some poker instead. I wanted to cheat in the match, but there was no option to. Somehow I won the first round, and I have no clue how to play poker. I even won a second time. One man left the table, so I went right after him, picking his pocket, which wasn't the best decision since it was plain daylight. Gunfire broke out. I had to run. This time, my bounty got even higher and things escalated. I managed to steal a horse and escape to the mountains, barely making it. If I wanted to become the most wanted man in the West, I really needed a horse of my own, a loyal one. The view up there was incredible. I paused for a moment to take it all in. I explored the wilderness, looking for a wild horse I could tame. I spent a long time searching, but it was much harder than I thought. And things would get worse. Along the way, I spotted riders in the distance, bounty hunters. That was close. Still no horse. What I did found were a couple of wolves. managed to survive, but not without a scratch. Finally, I came across a group of wild horses running free across the plains. It was hard to keep up. I'm pretty sure they were running away from some more wolves. At one point, I found them standing still, drinking from a river. I approached carefully, slow steps so I wouldn't scare them.
Nice and easy. Whoa, easy. You're good. Easy, easy.
Finally, I had a horse of my own. It still had some wild tendencies though, so I rode around slowly to get him used to me. I made sure to make him feel comfortable.
There, boy.
All this led me to reach horse bonding level 1. From now on, he would answer to my whistle. There was one last thing I needed to do: equip a saddle. I arrived at the town of Strawberry, specifically the stables. Once there, I put on the saddle and chose a name for my horse, Dusty. Things were looking better now. I had Dusty, money, and weapons. My name was spreading fast, and new opportunities came with that. I was walking around Valentine when suddenly someone offered me a contract. My first job as a hitman. I accepted. The target was a traveler on a train. The reward, $75. But there were some bonuses. By killing him with no witnesses, using a sniper rifle from far away, and taking him down with a headshot. I tracked down the location on my map and started riding. The way there was pretty uneventful until I was just about to arrive. There, I stumbled upon a robbery.
It's a stage company lockbox. We don't got the key.
Oh, look at that.
Please, no.
Boy overplayed his hand.
I looted everybody, taking anything of value: ammo, cash, and even the stash they were trying to steal. When I got onto the wagon, a message popped up saying I could sell this at the wagon fence in Emerald Ranch. I was close to my target area, so I decided to take the wagon with me because I didn't want to lose it. When I arrived, the train was about to pass by. I waited for the right moment. It wasn't the cleanest job, but the work was done. I just needed to collect my money at the post office. But before that, I was worried that I would lose the wagon I stole, so I went quickly to get to it. Time to head towards Emerald Ranch to sell it. I was so excited to sell my first wagon. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to use the shop because I was a wanted man. It didn't make much sense since nobody was chasing me right now. I tried waiting until nightfall, but it didn't change a thing. I couldn't do anything with the wagon. The next morning, I went to the post office to collect my reward. I had over $100 in total, but that wasn't all. This place was good for finding more work. I paid $2 for a coach robbery tip. The note said a stagecoach full of wealthy travelers would pass through Cumberland Forest before tomorrow. I marked the ambush location on my map and rode out. Once I reached the zone, I saw the stagecoach. It had an extra guard on horseback. I needed to be quick. Perfect. I kept working on Stagecoach Robberies, but this time it was a setup. I got ambushed on sight. While looting one of the bodies, I saw the actual stagecoach passing by, so the tip was real. Somebody must have known about this beforehand. Nevertheless, I attacked, killing the guards and stealing the money. The gunfire had alerted everyone nearby. The law was coming. I had no ammo left, so I had to ride away. Visiting the gun store, it was time to restock. I got all kinds of bullets and a new weapon, the Springfield rifle. I bought tons of upgrades, improved rifling, better sights, leather wraps, the whole thing. Of course, since I was already a wanted man, I did what I had to do. I had committed so many crimes that the town went into lockdown. Extra patrols had been posted and shops would be closed. But I wasn't done yet. Someone needed to pay for the ambush. Then I took Dusty and rode away, lawmen behind me, bounty rising. With all of this commotion, the town going into lockdown, I needed to lay low for a while. I had to survive off the land. I couldn't go and buy food right now, so I went hunting. Once I finished, I packed up camp. I couldn't leave any trace behind. The bounty hunters were still tracking me. Not far from there, I found a trader, a fence, selling black market goods. He had weapons for sale. I bought a backshot knife, a few throwing ones, and even tomahawks. Also stocked up on fire bottles. Even got a mask to cover up my face. I kept getting more contracts. As I sat by the fire, I checked on my next mission. I needed to take down a bounty hunter in Rhodes. The bonus objective was to tie him to train tracks. The problem was I didn't have any rope and I didn't have enough money, so I had to do it the old-fashioned way. But when I found the target, he wasn't alone. I went to the post office, and this time the job was a little different.
How's things, Alden?
Good. All right, this is a little different. Take the coach and deliver it to my contact. He'll pay you well for it. It's a fragile cargo, so go easy.
Okay, but the money best be right.
Oh, it is, Arthur.
I received a note about a coach full of antiques, headed north of the road past Face Rock. Wagon full of antiques coming from the northeast, headed for a buyer in Rhodes. Should only be a couple of guards. I rode towards the location through the night. It was raining pretty heavily. Killed everyone, looted their bodies, and then took the wagon for myself, careful not to damage the cargo. It was full of statues, art, and rare goods, clearly valuable. When I reached the destination, my contact was already waiting. He opened the barn doors, letting me drive the wagon safely inside.
Got something here for you.
There a war on I don't know about? How the hell you get it so beat up? Spend it wisely.
The following day, I followed the rumor about a man living south of Rhodes, supposedly with some good money stashed in his homestead, so I went to investigate.
What the hell? Son of...
I searched every cabinet, drawer, and corner of the house. I even found a shotgun. The thing needed a lot of cleaning, but my collection was growing. I continued searching the place, but I kept finding just food and basic supplies, until I stumbled upon a letter, a heartbreaking letter. For a moment, I actually felt horrible. I had to shake it off and move on. I kept searching for the money. Outside, behind the house, I found a chest with rum, chewing tobacco, and the coin sack worth $13. That was pretty much it. I checked the nearby shack too, looted everything of value, but there was no real cash. Time to hit another house. Outside, I overheard a few men talking.
Stop now! I give up! Don't shoot! I'm unarmed!
Give me one reason why I shouldn't put a bullet through your head.
All right. Under the pillow on top of my bed. Just take it and get out of here.
$75. I also grabbed a money clip worth $14 and a cigarette card. Then, under the bed, I found another stash box, this time with a gun, a double-action revolver. I gave it a quick clean, made sure it was top-notch. I continued robbing more houses, taking down everybody in sight, looting everything, also finding some disgusting things on the way.
Sick sons of...
Slowly but steadily, I was gaining more money. During a stagecoach robbery, I killed the driver and the passenger tried to run.
Hold it right there! I know about the money. Hand it over.
I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, stop! I'll tell you. There's a lockbox hidden under the coach. The money's in there.
You better not be lying to me.
I'm not, I swear.
You say anything to the law, I'll come find you.
The days went on, robbing houses, completing contracts, robbing stagecoaches. I kept going at it. One day, I was looting a man I just killed and found a letter on his body. It was from his wife. She wrote about their 6 kids, saying how proud she was and how much she missed him. This one hit hard, but there was no turning back now. I kept going.
I've got something here you might want to take a look at. Now, I hear it'll be heavily guarded, so you might want to try a more covert approach.
River Road near Fort Hicks. Couch coming from Blackwater, heading for Rick's station. I rode towards the location, passing through the dusty roads. Along the way, a man called out to me.
I paid top dollar for this beauty. Fast as a bullet. Want to see how yours compares? How about a race to Arean Killer?
Finally, I reached the location. Piece of cake. I sold all the valuables I'd stolen by now. Bracelets, necklaces, buckles, everything. I knew how to work, how to make things happen. But I was only one man, and my bounty was getting higher. Now it was time to find help, to go even further and reach new heights. I needed my own gang. The right people for this job wouldn't be that easy to find. I had to move around and ask the right questions.
Glad you joined us again, sir.
But that could easily get me in trouble with the wrong people.
Just get out of my way.
Hey now, you gonna leave here, you got me? You satisfied?
After the chaos, I escaped into the night with the information I needed. I want to meet my contact. From now on, I wouldn't be working alone. We set up camp in Lemoyne, deep in the swamps. It wasn't much, just a few tents and a campfire, but it felt like a start, a place to belong. Here, I could take a look at a wide variety of things. Camp stats, upgrades, gang management, funds, upgrade level, bounty status, everything. There were a few stations I could interact with. The armory let me manage weapons or buy new ones with the gang funds. There was another stand for horses, but everything required money, which leads us to heist planning. Here, I could select from a variety of missions. I wanted to try store robbery, but it required 4 members and we only had 2, so I went with couch robbery instead. I rode to the location with 2 outlaws at my side. We got $100 for the gang. Since that hit the fund limit, I immediately upgraded the camp to level 1, raising the member cap to 15 and the fund cap to 500. Level 2 would need much more money, so it was time to work. Thankfully, new missions were unlocked to the list. Our priority was getting more members to attempt the bigger missions, so we did a wagon jailbreak. Arriving at the ambush spot, we hit the convoy, killed the guards, freed the prisoners, and recruited 2 new members. Back at camp, one of them played guitar by the fire. It was finally starting to feel like a family. With more members, we qualified for store robbery. We hit the doctor's office in Saint Denis, emptying the register and escaping a hell of a gunfight. Things were good, but we didn't stop there. After another wagon break and getting even more recruits, we had enough people for a home invasion. Rural folks always kept cash hidden somewhere. We went there and it was a disaster. Ambushers everywhere. It felt like a setup, but we didn't surrender. Even though we completed the mission, this was the first time we lost one of our own, and things would get worse. Next up, chain gang rescue. The law had prisoners working in jumpsuits. We'll clear the guards and the responding lawmen. This got us to even bigger numbers, so we did another one, getting us to a total of 13 members. Our reputation was growing, and so was our bounty. This unlocked the big one, gang stronghold mission. We needed to hit rival camps and steal their stash, but here is where things went sideways. During the attack, the worst thing happened. They shot Dusty, my horse, and I didn't have a horse reviver. I couldn't save him. This was personal. I went to Saint Denis stables to buy a new horse. It didn't feel the same. Nothing would. I named him Ash, and this time I bought provisions, especially horse revivers, so this will never happen again. I was devastated. I couldn't move on. But then I overheard something. Someone who could help me, someone important, was in jail, and I needed to break him out. I had to find the key, so I followed the jail guard, waiting for the right moment to take him out.
Damn you to hell! I see him! It's you! I'm the sheriff!
We rode away into the night. Once we were safe, I talked to Clint. He had a proposition. Together, we would start a moonshine business. I chose the Heartlands as our base of operations and paid the $100 setup fee. Moonshine was a really profitable business, although not an easy one to tackle. Not only the law would be looking for us, but other rival gangs too. To start the production process, I could choose between weak, average, or strong moonshine. There was also flavoring I could add, but for that I would need to gather ingredients later. While my first batch was left brewing, I took on a bootlegger mission. I had to sabotage the competitor's still. This was for Dusty. We were getting back on our feet, but the law was right after us. They didn't let us catch a break. They destroyed all of our product, everything, but we wouldn't surrender. It was time to hit back harder, to finally reach our goal and finally become the most wanted.
share the wealth, folks. Damn that. Yeah. You're getting robbed.
You're on my watch list.